Guys, it's Erin with TPS, and I am here today to give you an update on the new HELM 1.9 release information. So basically what this video is going to do is it's going to go through all of the HELM release notes that they released an article on, and we're going to go through step by step and show you what each of those items that they updated in the system, what it looks like in real life time. So how can you use it as an end user? How can you use it when you're setting up forms or new users? Whatever those updates may look like. And if you have any questions, we have put the link for the HELM support release information in the description below. And then you can always call me with any questions that you may have on any of the newest update information in HELM Release 1.19. Hey guys, so the first update that we are going to show you in version 1.19 of HELM is the new ability to control which users can log into the Shore version of HELM and also the logging into the asset version of HELM. Now the asset version of HELM has been available. You would click the box in the user setup user area, but they did just add in the ability to control who can log into the Shore side. So we're going to go to setup and then users. And I'm going to use good old Alan. And you do need to hit edit before you can do anything with that user's permissions. So good news is when version 1.9 is released, the can log into Shore checkbox is going to be checked for all of the users that have this can log in button checked. So if you have users in your system that are kind of archived, all of the important boxes are unchecked because they no longer work for your company, then you don't need to worry about going in and unchecking this box as well. It's only going to become available for those users that have the can log in box checked. But this is where you would go in. You can select that the employee can log into the asset, or the employee can log into Shoreside, or you can have both selected. But this is an option to have available for your users. So once I check both of those, I'm going to hit Save Changes. And now Alan can log into the asset as well as he can log into Shore. Also, while we are in the user section of setup, I am going to hit this edit button one more time. And on the right hand side, you can now see that the users in the setup side have a change log. So this change log, when you click on it, will allow you to see on the right hand side who is making the changes to this user's personnel file. So you can see what it is that, since I'm the one that made the changes, what date I made the change on, what time, again, who made it, and then what was done. So I made it so that he can log into the asset. I took the no away and I clicked the box, so now he can. So you can go through and you can scroll and see all of the changes that have been made to that user's profile and who had made those changes. Okay, I'm going to click out of here. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to show you the maintenance changes within the system. So I'm going to go to templates and I'm going to click on this maintenance tab up here. And I'm going to pull up the readings for the Admiral since I've kind of played around with this just a little bit earlier. And I'm going to hit edit. Now, the changes that we're working with right now are dealing with the cumulative readings function, and that is right here. I've already dropped in this function right here, but if I drag it and drop it over, you'll see that it's going to look exactly the same as the one below it. So if I want to put in my port main engine, and I'm looking at my running hours, I'm going to select my component as my port main engine, which comes up first thing. Now the new parts of this are the bottom row. So you can add in two new restrictions. So you can allow data to be put into the add field only, or you can allow data to be put into the total field only. So this is making it so that your crew members can either put 24 hours ran into the add field, or they could only put in what the total number that port main engine is on. Or you can actually just leave it blank and you can have no restrictions, and that allows your employees to either put data into the add field or the total field, and they don't have a restriction on either or. But it's up to you how your crew works on, whether they feel more comfortable having access to both, or whether you want to limit them to just putting in, hey, we ran 24 hours on the port main today. That's completely your choice as a company. You can then put in a daily max. So if you want to say, we don't want them to be able to type in more than 24 hours in a day for the port main, you can do that. You can delete the 0 if you want to, or you can put in a daily min as well. So you can have these restrictions now when setting up your cumulative hours. If you want to leave it the same way that it's been, then you can leave it set up exactly this way and hit publish. And it's going to come out to be the exact same way that your crew has been putting those hours in. So if we go to onboard and logs, and we look at I put it in under the readings, then it's going to show up the exact same way that they've been doing their hours. Now, if you do put in a minimum or a maximum, it's going to look more along the lines of what this reading looks like. And that way they're only able to put in a range between the two numbers. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at a change that's been made within the system on showing you how long a maintenance task has been open for. So we can do this in a couple different areas. We're going to go to the first one, which is logs. And I'm going to switch my view so you guys can see the way that it looks in the logs area. So now it lets us know there's 2 unscheduled tasks right here, and it lets us know that they've been open for 48 days. So this days open column is brand new. Now it's also available in the overview and to do tab. Once this loads, you'll see it. So you can see now, I'm going to kind of minimize this a little bit so we can see it. Now right here is where your days open are. So we have 131 days open. I'm going to expand this back out. There's 2 other places that we can see it. So we can go to compliance and corrective actions. So it's not just for our tasks, it's also for our corrective actions. And we can see right here, there's our column that shows us how many days our tasks or our corrective actions have been open for. And the last place that we can see it is if we go to maintenance and overview and then advanced search. And all I did is I'm just going to put in my asset that I've been working with, which is the Admiral, and I'm going to hit search. And there's a lot more that you can do within that advanced search. I'm just doing one filter so that we kind of pull up just so you can see the column and where that lives. So again, here is our days open column, and we can see we have 2 tasks down here that are showing us 48 days open. Now the other cool part about this is that if you click on your corrective action or your task, it's going to show you right up here in the right hand corner that it's been open for 48 days, and it's going to show you the date and the time that this corrective action was created. So I know a lot of us, we've had a lot of people that have asked us, hey, we want to know how many days this is open, or when did we create this? Well, now HELM has created a way within the system that you don't even have to do anything. It's going to show you already automatically how many days it's been open, when it was created, and the time it was created. So you can have a better idea of what your older corrective actions or your older tasks look like, so you can get those cleared out of your to-do lists. So the next thing we're going to look at is if we go over to onboard and overview, and we pull up our tracking tab, which is right here. I'm going to select the Admiral again because this is the best I've been working with. In the past, we were just able to see all of the tracking that lived within the Admiral. We couldn't ever click on it. When we tried to click on it, nothing would happen. But now HELM has made it, if we click on our flare kit, it opens up the detailed information in a read-only view, but it lets us know when it was obtained, when it expires, and then we can also view our attachments. And this is really important for our crew on board because we want them to be able to see the certifications and be able to pull them up in a real quick click to show the Coast Guard or the TPO when they get on the vessel to show them their certifications. So that's a really big improvement, and we're really excited to see that. The next thing that they upgraded within the HELM system is the omitting capabilities. So I am going to switch back to my card view just because that's how I work with mine pretty often. I'm going to switch us over to the Angelina Autumn, and I'm going to show you what it looks like now to omit a large group of forms. It's just changed just a little bit. I'm going to hit the omit button, and obviously we're in June, so I'm going to scroll all the way down. The last period that it gave me is May 21st. So we're obviously in June 22nd, so it doesn't get quite to our day currently, but we're going to omit as many as we can. And we're just going to say that we were in the shipyard, and that's why we haven't been working. And I'm going to hit next. Now it shows you can scroll through all the omitted periods that you just selected. You cannot change the name. If you needed to change the name, you'd have to hit cancel and start over, but you can change this wording if you wanted to. Okay, you can select all of this and you can delete it, or you can change it however you want to. I'm just going to leave that the way it is. And then I'm going to click on this button that says omit the form and omit 100 earlier items. And I'm going to hit omit. So it's letting me know that that form has been omitted. And then it's also going to tell me that 100 items before that have also been omitted, or after that have also been omitted. So basically it's omitting each form. There it is, 100 additional items omitted. It's omitting each form, instead of a large group of forms. So they're each individually being omitted. And once that is done, I'll be able to go in and omit the rest of my forms to catch me up to today. It just takes a minute because it is a lot of items that are being omitted from that, from this to-do list. So this will update. You can see on the right-hand side, it's omitting a lot of information. So once that is good, it's going to show us up through to today's, or up through, it did it up through May 22nd. So then I'd have to go in and delete the rest of them up through today. The next thing and the last thing that I'm going to show you is a really cool feature that I was actually pretty excited to see. So in Documents, I'm just going to open up our CEMS. And in past versions of HELM, you remember that this navigation bar up here allows you to switch through the pages of your document. And when you started scrolling down, you'd have to scroll all the way back up in order to go to the next page. Well, as you can see in my little preview that I just showed you, as you scroll down the document now, this navigation bar, which is super awesome, scrolls with you. So no longer do I need to scroll all the way back to the top to go to the next page. I can just scroll right from the bottom. It brings me back up to the top on the next page, and I can keep reading. So it's just a little bit easier of a way to read through the documents, especially when you have a large, like this one's 126 pages. It's a larger document, so it just makes it a little bit easier to read. And don't forget, this cute little button on the right-hand side will bring you to a full screen version of this document if you wanted to read it a little bit bigger. And again, your navigation bar follows right along with you as you scroll down through the page. So there were, of course, some other updates that were in HELM, in the HELM update of version 1.19. Some of it that I did not mention in this video focuses more on the back end setup of things within HELM, like user roles. A lot of that is set up from our side at TBS or from your company side at the home office. So I didn't put that in here, but they also made some really awesome improvements to the jobs and personnel functions within the HELM system. Again, we don't really have any customers that use those two modules, so I decided not to put that in the HELM updates for our customers. If you have any questions on any of these updates, please let me know. I'm also attaching a URL into the description box below this video, and it will bring you right to HELM's help website. And in the help website, it has an article for release 1.19 that goes over all of this information in detail as well. So if I confused you on any of it, then you can always check out their articles because they are super informative, and that's where I get all of my information from. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.